Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Cheltenham Racecourse here on Saturday. It is the 10th of December 2022. Gonna look the stakes races on the program from Cheltenham, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for racecourses around the world. Friday's card went through. They had two inspections. They passed both of them. Again, the temperature is going to drop below zero at Cheltenham overnight, so hopefully they do pass the inspection in the morning. So just keep that in mind. But it's a lot of cold weather in the UK. I noticed this week. A lot of cancellations also. I believe Carlisle canceled for Sunday. Bangor on D canceled for today or yesterday, something like that. It kind of sucks with the weather. But let's look at the featured fifth race and the sixth race. So the 225 and the 3 o'clock. The 225, the fifth race, it is the Grade 2 International Hurdle. It's a Grade 2 event for Class 1 horses, going for a $175,500 purse. Race for 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 5 horses, going 3,400 meters or 2 miles and 1/8 over the hurdle course. I'm going to take the 2-horse First Street as a top selection. Let's go 251 in your TriCast trifecta. 251 TriCast trifecta, top selection 2-horse First Street. 5-year-old gelding by Golden Horn. Nicky Henderson trains one. Nico de Boinville gets the mount. The horse's seasonal reappearance came 26 November at Newbury. 2 miles and a premier handicap hurdle there. That was the Coral hurdle, where he won by 2.5 lengths. Even with a ginormous weight on his back of 168 pounds, he settled well tracking. He jumped a terrific race. He quickened up nicely, and he got the job done. The ground was quite quick for the time of year. He's not going to see as quick ground today, but he really took off clear. Coming here back up in class shouldn't be a problem. It's not the world's deepest international hurdle. I think he could settle well, and I think he could really run a good race. 2 back in the Grade 1 top novices hurdle at Aintree, 2 miles on the 16th, 8th of April. He finished 5th by 23 lengths there, and he just had quite a few mistakes that day, which cost him. He never quickened up. It wasn't the day to win. And then at Cheltenham last March, 2 miles and 8th in the Grade 3 County Handicap Hurdle. He finished 2nd by 1/4 lengths, and I thought he ran decently that day. He stalked. He needed that extra turn a foot late, but he jumped a terrific race. Not the world's worst run for him there. And then prior to that, at Newbury last February, 2 miles in the Grade 3 Betfair Hurdle. He finished 3rd by 2.5 lengths that day. And, he just kind of was lackadaisical. He got 3rd, but it wasn't an exciting race there. I thought he ran decently in the race before at Kempton, 2 miles in a Class 3 handicap hurdle, where he won by 7.5 lengths. Even with the heavy weight, with the class relief there, he really put on a show. Quite a easy victory. Coming here to Cheltenham, again, it wouldn't surprise me at 6-1 if he gets the job done. Really wouldn't. But it also wouldn't surprise me if the 5-horse Epatante gets the job done. The 8-year-old mare, the old lady here. Most recently in the fighting 5th at Newcastle, he finished 2nd by 12 lengths behind Constitution Hill, who really put on a show. Off the bench, probably need the race. Come back here to Cheltenham where this horse, Quinty's leading the champion hurdle last year. I'm going to give this horse a shot. Came back to win the Aintree hurdle very, very nicely. He came back to win the Christmas hurdle last year very nicely also. At 2-1, we'll use her, but I do think First Street's on the up and up, who could really get the job done. The other Henderson, so let's use him. So to recap my selections for the 5th race at 225 from Cheltenham, it is the Grade 2 International Hurdle. Let's take the 2-horse First Street. Give kudos to the 5-horse Epatante. 251 TriCast trifecta. 25 in your place pod or your quad pod here. So let's get to the 6th race to 3 o'clock, which is the Grade 2 Albert Bartlett Novices Hurdle. It's a Grade 2 event for Class 1 horses, going for a $54,000 purse. Race for novice 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 6 horses. Going the distance of ground here at 4,800 meters or 3 miles over the hurdle course. I'm going to take the 4-horse Outlaw Peter. Let's go 465 in your TriCast trifecta. 465 TriCast trifecta. Top selection of 4-horse Outlaw Peter. 6-year-old gelding here by Mustamete. Paul Nichols trains. Harry Copeland gets the mount. Horse's most recent outing came the 4th of November at Exeter. 2 miles 3/4 in a Class 3 novice hurdle that day. And he won by 10 lengths that day, and basically, won quite easily. He jumped well from the back of the or from a tracking position. When he got the lead, he just kept going at 57 cents to the dollar. Slight class relief from the last race. I thought it was a good race. coming to this grade 2, it's not the world's toughest race. You should get a good trip. I think he could win. 2 back in the grade 2 Persian War Novices Hurdle, Chepstow, 2 miles 7:16, 7th of October. He finished second by 1.5 lengths that day, and he had a few mistakes. We really need that extra turn of foot. Maybe just a little bit flat off the bench. It wasn't his day to win. And then in May at Kempton, 2 miles and 5/8 in a class 4 main hurdle, he won by 11 that day, and he jumped well, quickened up nicely. He loved every bit of the quick going. He's going to see softer ground today, which is going to be a big question for him. He ran on the soft stuff last year, where he wasn't winning, but he ran okay. He actually finished. If you go back to December last year at Sandown, he actually placed behind Constitution Hill in that National Novice Hurdle. We all know what Constitution Hill has done after that. But coming here, his forms hasn't been half bad. At 7-5, he's the best out of anybody here. I'm going to take him. He's a single in the quad pot or the place pot for me here. But to recap my selection for the 3 o'clock, the 6th race from Cheltenham, it's the grade 2 Albert Bartlett Novice Hurdle. Let's take the 4-horse Outlaw Peter, 465 in your tri-cash trifecta. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.